Hey there, how you guys doing? Today is September 1st. Believe it or not, I can't believe it. So today I was going to talk about the full moon, the full corn moon this weekend. It's also a total lunar eclipse. I'm going to give a brief little thing for each person or each sign, depending if you're a rising sign or a moon sign or a sun sign. It can relate to and wherever that is. It's on the Virgo Pisces axis. And I'm also going to Otter Spirit has a really cool pack that is related to this full moon, this corn moon, harvest moon. And I'm going to share that with you. And also, Trump has been MIA, and I'm going to pull some cards on his health. The reason is somebody had said, a friend of mine, friends that are visiting actually, they think he's having a procedure, which a procedure that helps open up his veins due to his medical condition, and it takes like 48 hours for him to lay flat, and they're keeping him like that steady. And I'm gonna pull some cards, but just spoiler, I do feel like he is somewhere doing something. At first I thought maybe it had to do with the Congress. I think it's a combination of things, but yeah, things are not looking good for Mr. Trump. Oh, wow, I think that's an eagle flying. That's random. First of all, thank you so much, all my lovely subscribers. You guys are so great. I'm still getting birthday wishes like a week and a half later. It's my birthday, not my month, but thank you so much. It's very sweet of you. And if you guys find things of value here, I've taken it upon as my job is to bring calm during this chaotic time. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy what I have here. I do astrology, tarot, intuitive readings. I channel past souls that have moved on, people that are now in the present. I get into their energies and I share that with you. Many of this stuff that I do here is Pentacles. I'm reading in Pentacles, is politics. Today, I'm going to share with you. I'm going to do some timestamps too, so you can zip through this if you're not interested. And the full moon. So it's on September 7th, midday-ish. 1 o'clock this time, Mountain Standard Time. So depending on where you are, it's a total lunar eclipse, and the moon is in mid Pisces, somewhere 18, I think, and the sun is in Virgo, and that's the axis that it's on. I'm going to look at my chart here. So my astrology program. So if I'm looking away, that's what I am doing. And I'll just quickly go through each sign. But in general, when I looked at this chart intuitively, besides being, opposites, there's a balance that we're going through right now collectively or karmically as a collective consciousness. The moon in Pisces is about, it's a Neptune thing. So it's watery and it's very emotional. And it's opposing Virgo, which is earthy, practical, made for service, healing. So there's going to be a push me, pull me thing. It's about balance, as all oppositions or full moons, new moons, or not new moons, but full moons are. It's a peak. It's a climax of what we've been dealing with. There hasn't been, so that's that. And then the total lunar eclipse is when the Earth gets between the sun and the moon. So the moon gets eclipsed. There's a tract, right? So most of Russia, parts of Eastern Europe, Australia is where the bulk of that is going to be traveling over when it's in that position or that place in the sky. And a lot of times when that happens, that means that's the area that's emphasized. We haven't had, I think, type or the depth of this lunar eclipse since like November of 22. So think about that when, and depending on where you were at the time, what was happening, November 8th to be specific. And the nodes are karmic, and specifically to you, you have nodes. There's this point in the sky that have to do with soul path and what we're doing here, and you personally, but also collectively, our consciousness. And the Pisces moon is not far away from that north node, and we're being pressured to use our emotions or our spirituality in a deep way, our emotions in a deep way, and not get scared about it and not fear it, and really explore that to decide who we are as a people. Who do we want to be? What's our humanity look like? How do we um, not take into other people's issues and don't absorb it? You know, kind of draw a line, have some boundaries. That's the other thing, is having boundaries to make sure you're doing the right thing for yourself and all, but also making sure that you don't take on other people's problems. It's kind of a push me, like I said, this is a balance. The sun is in Virgo, very practical, very good, detailed sign. We had our new moon in Virgo earlier in the month or last month. So this is the culmination. So whatever you started then, I was suggesting you do some things then. Maybe this will get to the point where you realize you made some headway, or you find that maybe you need to tweak it a little bit, or you start next month, you say, well, I'm going to start over, try something else when the new moon pops up again. But right now, the full moon is the big emphasis. Now, it is also, let me take this off of it. Well, there's also sextiling Jupiter, the moon is. So what that means is it's expanding feeling, uh, that feeling emotional period. Full moons are always pretty amped up emotionally because it's a lot of people don't realize a lot of babies are born. I think it has to do with the gravitational pull, you know, because we're all part of the same elements, right? Nitrogen, carbon, all that. And so gravity affects us because we're organic beings. So is the earth. So I think that's part of what happens. In this case, it's more of an emotional part too. There's an angle of that, but the Jupiter expands that. So whatever Jupiter touches, it expands. Um, so it might find that things are even more emotional, heightened. So just be aware of that. So if you feel with that sun in Virgo, you might feel getting into a self-critical cycle. Try not to let that push you down too far, because it will pass. Maybe just assess and move on, right? And stay in some kind of self-care model, whatever works for you. If it's taking baths, journaling, walking in nature, meditation, affirmations about what a good person you are and how far you've come, just whatever works for you. Anyway, and then we've got Mars in Libra, which is about diplomacy and thinking about the other person, and um, not just being selfish, but thinking about the other. But it's squaring Jupiter too, which is another opposite thing, because it's a balance between me and you and dealing with the other person. Mars is an Aries sign, right? It's ruled by Aries, and it's not in its happy place in Libra. Actually, my Mars is in Libra too. So I'm always considering other people's thoughts and feelings, and I want everybody to get along, right? That's what Mars in Libra does. So it's in this situation, it's part of this dynamic of this full moon. So that's what I'm saying. That part is great, helping everybody, wanting other people to get along. I mean, ideally it would be sometime we can get into a treaty situation or decide on something, but it's squaring Jupiter. Again, the balance. The Jupiter is, let's see, Jupiter is in Cancer, and that's about home, mother, family, home country. So there's like a conflict of how do I protect myself while think about the other. And then the moon in Pisces is about having good boundaries. It's not super complex, but there's a lot of competing agendas here. So I would just say, look on your chart. If you know it, find out where that axis is, Pisces, Virgo. I'm going to quickly go through each sign and tell you how it would maybe manifest in your life, maybe not, depending on how, if it's strong, has a lot of aspects. If it's not really connecting, you might not notice it as much. Just in general, things will be more amped up. Geopolitically, I do think that it's possible we might see some um, like possible people saying, okay, let's have a conversation. The Ukraine-Russia thing, I know, what's his name? Xi Jinping is hosting Putin and Modi, I think. I think they're part of that BRICS group. So we'll see what happens there. And they might declare some sort of combined opposition to the United States due to the recent slap in the face to India from Trump and the tariffs. It's a combination of things, but anyway, so let's start with Aries. Aries, this is happening in your 12th and 6th house. The sun is in your 6th house of work, daily work, health, dogs, cats, animals, pets, also service, that area of your life. Opposite the Pisces, that moon, that feeling part of this is in your 12th house of really deep examination of who you are. It's on the hidden stuff that we don't want anybody to see. You might find maybe that you may get an epiphany. You might be ready to look at something that you haven't addressed, but it also may be very emotional. Might be ready to deal with it. Or it just may be something that'll come to a peak that you've been dealing with. And you're like, okay, yeah, I've dealt with that and I'm ready to move on. That Virgo opposition will help you move on. It's about balance. Let's see. And then we've got Taurus. Taurus, this lands in your between your 11th and your 5th house, which is opposition is about children, fun, experimenting, risk-taking. It's the Leo house, it's parties, it's love life, it's all that. And then it's opposing the greater good, the bigger picture, the community, thinking about all, it's about group affiliations, nonprofits, that kind of stuff too, charities and that sort of thing. So where do you find joy? Where does that make you feel good? And the Virgo part of this is in taking care of what you need for your children, being more serious or more detailed when it comes to your kids. Or you might find that they take more energy, or you might have to fill out paperwork for them or something. It's like kind of like that. Or if they're older, they may need some practical advice. But you might feel drawn to help, might be with a charity or a community activity that you've been thinking about joining or doing. Or it might be you find a really lovely moment when you're giving or being part of a larger scale organization where it comes to a peak, which is really nice. This starts this Sunday or next week on the 7th, and then full moon kind of lasts for a week or so, and then it dissipates. Let's see. And then we've got Gemini. Gemini, you've got that Uranus in your 1st degree. So you're going through this big shift. You're going through a big, don't tell me what to do kind of thing in general. But then you've got a career and your home life. Axis is right on that. So you might find having boundaries, or there might be an emotional peak at work that is you're going to be, it might be elevated in your face when you don't really like it. Or home may be taking time. You might have to do a lot of work at home where you have to do things, but it also may be something that you enjoy, but the work may be highly emotional, or you might have to set boundaries at work, or you might find where you're doing a career where you're be showing your emotional self that you hadn't done that before, and you're ready to do that. And at home, it just may mean that you're doing some cleaning, some healing, some organizing, taking care of details, which is really good. Cancer, and Cancers, this is going on your third house where the Virgo sun and the South Node and Mercury is, which is about communication, transportation, cars, vehicles. It's also about your siblings, local community, teaching one-on-one. And then the Pisces part, the expansion, the full moon is in your 9th house of global, big, internet, publishing, spiritual, high abstract thinking. So for you might find that this balance could be where you're being drawn to let go of old restrictions. A lot of this I do as intuitive people. So I'm looking at things from a intuitive sense, but also the traditional sense. But the Pisces, you may find where there'll be a peak where you're really drawn to explore spirituality in religions that you hadn't thought of before. This may really be amped up for you guys more than other signs. And because you're a Cancer, you're already sensitive types, and, could be whatever sign or your ascendant or your sun is in, but this could be a peak. You have Saturn up there too. So you may decide, because you're so attracted to the spiritual nature of things or higher learning, you may decide to commit to an area, go to school, go back to school, or write a book, or talk about your experiences that you've collected. And Virgo in your third house is about details in writing and actually doing it. Mercury and Virgo are great in that house. They love being there. So you might find that that's going to trigger that in you, that you might want to really find that balance. Just like, I'm going to talk about this, and I have the interest and I understand this spiritual angle that I haven't been able to get out, and now I'm ready to do it. And it might come to a point now you're ready to do it. And then we have Leo. Leo, this is in your second and ninth house or eighth house, which is about self-care, self-value, and resources, personal resources, and exterior resources. So that's inheritance, taxes, Social Security, places where you get other money, but it's also about intimacy. So Scorpio house. So the moon there, you might be extra sensitive about getting your needs met, intimacy, and maybe you haven't felt like you're number one. A Leo likes to feel like they're special and they get respect. So it may feel like you're a little bit restrictive in that department, and you might find that you have to balance it by asking and saying, please, I need something more. And it may get to a peak where you're saying, okay, I can't live like this or anymore, because the Virgo in your second house might make you feel less, like not great. And a Leo needs to feel loved and respected. So there might be that's your push pull. That's your balance that Leos are working on. And then we have Virgo. Virgo's got the sun is in its first house, and it's feeling your Virgo self, the Mercury, the intellectual deciphering details. This is about me versus the partner, the business, the romantic partner, whoever that is, the other. And for you, you might find you feel more confident to a degree, but the partner part, the other person, maybe needing more than you're able to give, or you find your partner's very emotional, and you're going to have to check your boundaries. This is a balance again. They need something. The Pisces person needs the Pisces person, or the Pisces area of your house is the seventh house, and the way with the sun sign. And you might find that your partner, it can be even a business partner, where they blow up, or they're like very excessively emotional about something. Just take your time, deep breaths, work out the details, and I think that will combat or offset some of that emotional situation. But take care of your own needs. Virgos tend to be a little bit in the background, and so you have to speak up. Okay. And then we've got Libra, and Libra is where the emotional part for you guys would be your health, healing, natural stuff, pets, animals, but also daily work. And for you, this situation might be a balance between inner work. It may feel like you might not be so focused inward. It's more about your daily stuff. It's more about outward, focusing on, you might be attracted to emotionally attracted to getting things done in a daily, and focusing on helping others. That might be how you guys, because Libras tend to do that. Mars is in Libra right now. You might find that's where your action is. And the inward examination of things may be not so big on your priority list. It may be about your day-to-day work, but it also might be you have to worry about boundaries, because again, Libras tend to think about the others a lot. So you have to worry about boundaries, and this could be about work. And actually, you might find too that health might come up, where you might get emotional. It might be a little bit of a thing where it's like, oh, I have to do more. I have to take care of myself more because I'm not taking care of myself enough. That could be coming up and could come to a head. Scorpios, it's the 11th and 5th house, and the moon, this emotional period, is about your children, about love life. It's about, you might find you get wrapped up in rapturous love life, fling, a love affair. It could be you meet somebody and you like they love bomb you, or it also could be you just fall madly in love. So just remember that this is an expansive time that's a little bit exaggerated. So you have to beware, say, okay, it feels so good, but let time pass. Don't run off to Las Vegas yet. But it also would be your kids are very emotional. They might need you a lot. So you have to um, adjust. But you're a Scorpio, so you get that feeling energy. So you might really enjoy this period of time where you get in with somebody really intimately and go for it. The Virgo in the 11th house could also mean the balance of working in the community, working to help others in the larger scale organizations. Your friends may need you more too. You may have to give them some time and help them out with something. That might be another way that this could go. So just again, balance your needs and their needs. And Scorpios are very feeling, and you'd be really good at helping all those Piscean people or sensitive people. Sag, your the moon in this full moon is going in your 4th house of home, and it's balancing with your career. The Virgo career might make things your work is going to just be more work. Your career, your reputation, you might find that you have to put more work into the details and iron out issues. Mercury's there, but it also could be a lot of chatting. But the home life may be in conflict because there's a lot of activity, emotional stuff that may come up that you might have to deal with that is going to compete. So say work, I need to do this report. This is an example. And then at home, my mom is coming to live with us and she's arguing with my kids and everybody's upset and the teenagers are going back to school and everybody's amped up. It's like that vibe. So you might just have to balance. It's always about balance, right? And Sagittarius, you have Uranus opposing you in general. So there might be another push-pull about being free, because Sagittarius like to be free. They don't like to be told what to do. And you got Uranus opposing that. So this might be another long period. This is on another layer to it that you feel like you are really balancing that too. Like, who am I? How do I show up in the world? How do I be free, speak my truth and be honest without, and feel like I have my adventure, because I just love their adventure. So you might feel like you have to kind of figure that out a little bit. And this might come to a peak in this period of time, or it may be just the beginning of a phase for you. And you might find Mars is in Libra, so you might donate some time to a greater good cause that it's really of interest to you without losing too much of your personal time. Capricorns are, you might find that school, um, church, spirituality might take some time that are you're just going to be working on that, giving of your own time. Maybe really a lot of you may be using this period of time to get into the details about maybe even publishing or large scale abstract ideas. Emotionally, you'll be drawn to deal with siblings, neighbors, local activities, your car. It could be a time where you might get lost in buying a car, and you have to be careful of that. Capricorns are pretty straightforward, and plus this Virgo stuff should be easy for you. But the Pisces is a nice, they're all good aspects for you. It's not anything difficult. It's just you might find a little bit emotional excitement or a little bit emotional getting lost-ish isms with siblings or your kids, or the neighbor kids or whatever. You might find, oh, I want to help them and I want to give them a boost up, and I can see they're struggling. I don't know why that came to mind. Saturn is there, so you might find that you also could buy a car, commit to a car, something like that, or a bike or some mode of transportation. Saturn there also sometimes mean you could have, when it comes to moving into the world, you might find that it takes more work. I'm sorry. And then Aquarians, you have Pluto coming into your sign, so you're going through a massive change anyway. And but this is long, that's long term, like 20 years long. And but yours is about this feeling of feeling good about yourself. This moon is going to be about, how do I, you may feel emotional about your money, how you look, how you feel about yourself, it come to a peak. And you may have to think about logistically to balance that. Maybe you can apply for a grant, maybe, apply for other, deal with your tax situation because your Virgo house is on the other side, or your Virgo sun is on the other side during this full moon. So it's about resources, personal resources, and reaching out to get other resources. But the moon part, the emotional part, is in your personal resources. So you might find that it's actually, this is probably for me because I have Aquarius, isn't it? So how am I making money? And Saturn is there. So you might find you've been in a restrictive time anyway, and you feel like I have to focus a lot on how am I making money. So this period of time may get you a little bit nervous about how you're making money, or the other way this can happen, you get ideas about making money through a spiritual avenue, or healing avenue, or something Piscean, artistic, creative, that kind of stuff. So you might find that you start creating something and that brings you more income. And then, yeah, wherever the Pisces is, I should have brought that up. That's also creativity. It's not just spirituality. And then Aries, and finally Pisces. Pisces, you are very comfortable with Neptune, and that's your ruling planet. So this expansive feeling of Piscean energy in your first house might make you feel even more, make you feel like a sponge even more. You might find, because Saturn's there, it actually gives you some structure, so you don't feel like you will get lost as much. So that's been really good, but it also might make you kind of get down on things. So you really, Pisces, I beg you, do not get stuck in this woe is me, it's never going to change kind of thing, because it's not necessary. Time is passing. This is just a period of time that's come to the surface for you to look at and to deal with, and to say, okay, I see, that's that. Now I'm going to move forward, and I learned this and this and this. It may make you might appear too as well. And people might say, oh, you're so emotional, you're so sensitive. Just be aware of that. Don't take it to heart. People are jerks sometimes. Virgo's on your 7th house, so you might find that the partner might get a little critical. So this is going to be about me versus my partner, romantic, business, or the other person opposite me, whoever that is. Or you might be attracted to their organized abilities, and you may go, you know what, I'm tired of being all wishy-washy. I want to have good boundaries. I want to learn from these people around me. And you're attracted always to people, always attracted to the things in people that you don't have within you. So say you have an ability, not Pisces in general, I'm just talking about in general. People have a hard time, say, speaking their mind. They're attracted to people who get mad about stuff, or that have good boundaries. They're attracted to that because you're always attracted to the things that you want to change within yourself, kind of thing. That's my theory. Anyway, so Pisces, it's a period of time where partner might just be a little bit of either they help you, or they might get a little critical, or they might actually help you heal too. They might, and you could look at it from that perspective, is how they are is a way, it's like a mirror. They're bouncing back at you what you can work on, and they can literally say, let me help you, and that could be wonderful. So that's that. Okay, well, I have people in the house, so if you guys hear them downstairs. So let me show you this Otter Spirit collection. So this is Otter Spirit. They did this bracelet pack for the corn moon, which is the September 7th, and this lunar blood moon. The lunar eclipse is called the blood moon. It's because it takes on a red tone because of the earth coming between. So this particular full moon pack, and if you haven't seen me, I partner with Otter Spirit. They have these pretty boxes with the velveteen pouch, and they handpick all of their stones, and they're double to AAA grade crystals and natural stones, and they make up these bracelets, and each bracelet is got a card that comes with it, and it's related to the zodiac sign, the chakra, or just the intention. And this is and remember, the full moon, or the lunar eclipse, is in the Virgo Pisces axis, and it's about self-care, or having good boundaries and balance. So we've got black tourmaline, is one of the three, and it's I am safe and protected. And each part of each sale of these bracelets, a little portion goes to the Monterey Bay Wild Sea Otter program. So this is I am safe and protected, protection. So boundaries. That's the um, Pisces moon part. Scorpio, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Libra, and the root chakra. Feeling safe, feeling like I don't need to give myself away. So that's tourmaline, which is lovely. And this is the second part of that. And this is citrine, which is gorgeous. And look, I'm going to put it on this card so you can see the pretty golden color. And citrine is reminds me of the Leo sign because it's orange like the sun. Everything I need to be successful is within me. Again, balance, not giving yourself away and not needing the other person to validate you. Intensity or intensity intentions, prosperity. Zodiac signs: Aries, Libra, Gemini, and Leo. And each one of these, see, they're pretty close in color, so it's nice. And then the chakras are the solar plexus, and again the root chakra, which again is the determination and feeling safe and protected. And then the third one in this corn moon pack, which you can use one, you can use all three at the same time. So this is amethyst. Again, you see the colors are very similar. Sometimes they, you get necklaces or things, they're light and dark, they're different, but they pick them where they're nicely tuned together. An amethyst card: I am letting go of fear and embracing peace. This is AAA grade. Intention is intuition and balance. There you go. Zodiac signs: Aquarius, Pisces, Capricorn, Aries. And then this is the third eye. The crown chakra is here, who you get your divine wisdom from, and this is the third eye. So this is how your intuition and understanding, all the clairs, clairvoyance, clairsentient, all that stuff. And this is how you receive it above and depending, and how you feel it and see it and imagine it. So the three that are in this pack, which are lovely for this particular full moon, are the tourmaline, citrine, and amethyst. Very interesting combination. Now, you can wear them separately or together. And I might today, I'm feeling, and the thing is what I do is I feel it. Like, what do I feel like wearing today? I also have this other pack I'm going to share with you in the not too distant future. I also get a discount code down in the bottom. I mean, I don't get much, but I'm just saying, if you like these, just go to the website, and they're really cool. And let me know what you think. And yeah, and even if you don't get it by the full moon, you can use the different aspects of each one anytime you feel it. Like I said, it's, to me, I just use them when I feel like I need something. Today, I'm feeling a little bit like I need protection, and the citrine, I think, is feeling really good for me right now. So that's what I do. So hope you guys like that. Let me know what you think. Okay, we're going to look at Mr. Trump's health. And like I said, my friend was telling me he's having a procedure. He thinks, that's his hunch. He's not a psychic or intuitive, but he's a very spiritual person. So I'm going to get into Trump's energy. I feel like there is white around him. Not so weird. Maybe I'm seeing white, not like he's dead or anything. No, he's not dead. But I feel like there is something. White also means, like, I feel like it's like, meh, there's not a lot of change. It's not a lot of excitement. It's like this energy is not like people in his face going, hey, Mr. President. I mean, there is some of that, but what is happening? Where are you, Trump? I see him in a golf cart, if that's possible. And if you haven't been here before, I get in people's energy and I see what they see. I get their perspective. I feel like he's bloated. I feel full. I feel bloated. I'm not hungry. Like, I just ate. Gassy, blowhardy. Um, And it's funny. I'm asking him, what is he doing? And he's showing me things are moving through him, like he's thinning out, like he's getting something to come down through him and go out the bottom. What else are you doing? He's like, I'm thinning out. He's showing me that he's thinner. He's going to be thinner. Why are you going to be thinner? Whatever you're doing. Is it health? Something has to move through his system. The Hermit. Yeah, and this is him. Although he's not a spiritual guide by any means, but Hermit, you see the bird is hiding its head. These cards are really cool. They have a song, they have a color. Let me see what 9 is. 9 is the end, so he's coming at the end. So it's selenite, peace, serenity, and healing. You can never hold back spring, it's a song by Tom Waits, and the scent is Earl Grey tea in a roaring fireplace. Reflection, individuality, approaching completion. So he is, okay. I'm seeing barren too. Why am I seeing barren by you? Okay. Okay. I'm feeling concerned. I'm feeling concerned. I'm feeling like I have these things I have to do, and I'm only able to do so much. And I have a lot of people around me that are helping me, but I know best. And I feel what he's doing is wrong. Wrong for himself, his health. I feel like he's denying some sort of care because he doesn't feel like he needs it. He's like doing the minimum kind of thing. Why don't you want to? He's like, I don't need that. I just want him to fix this. What is it? Like you're getting thinner. It's like things are getting pulled out of him. He's showing me like this green that's going from top to bottom. And green is it's the heart chakra, but it's also about healing. His brain isn't right. Like I said this before, there's something mental and physical that are all tied together. When your brain breaks down, it affects you physically, and you don't remember to go to the bathroom or change your clothes or eat even, or can't walk, different things. What is happening? 9 of Cups, which is usually good. And then we've got the 5 of Swords. 9 of Cups is usually a really positive sign, but this is somebody who's very emotionally satisfied. Oh, but see this looks like the blue, I just talked about the full moon, the blood moon, because they call it the blood moon too when it is the lunar eclipse like that. Very emotional time, very watery. I wonder if this period of time with this Pisces moon energy, the strong Neptune, is the water is going to affect him, the gravitational pull in his blood. Maybe that has something to do with it. And I've got the 5 of Swords. And, the snake is not bad. It's about transformation and healing. The caduceus has the 2 snakes on it. And this is like a version of that, even though the 5 of Swords is normally somebody's taking something and stealing. But you know what else I see on here? It's vague, but you guys can see it goes down and up and over. It kind of looks like a North Node, or the sign of Leo looks very similar, but North Node, and that's karma. That's the head of the dragon in Vedic astrology, where you are going into this life, you're learning your strength, you're always drawn to, you're challenging yourself your entire life to expand into your North Node energy. And maybe this is part of his North Node energy. And we've got butterfly transformation. I want to say papillon. Why do I want to say the French word right now? And then there's the lionesses and the cats changing. This is the female transformation. They go from the cat to the lioness. That's part of that sign. And I think he wants to become more powerful. He feels like it's going to make him stronger. Whatever this is. Oh, you know what? I wonder if he's getting a treatment of like I see something in an IV bag. Like I don't think it's as simple as vitamin C. Some sort of treatment. It's a combination of things. I don't think he's on death's door. Here's the snake again. I don't, and there's more cups. Water, blood, liquid. It's something very Neptunian too with this Pisces full moon. And I think it's something with the liquid in his body. It's washing through. So the saline solution or vitamins or medication he's getting, maybe it's meant to break up some of the things in his system. I've always seen particles in his blood. Like, and I thought they're darker, not like, I mean, they could be cholesterol, but I've always seen particles in there. It's not good. It's like his blood is thick. But I think that's part of it. And yeah, the Empress. I think this is the beginning of something big for him. I think he's going to come back. Oh, I almost feel like maybe he's not. Oh, the Republicans. I see Mike Johnson concerned. Again, this is like I saw the other day. He's concerned. The Republicans are concerned. It's the beginning of the turning down, the going south. He'll get through this, but it's the beginning. Yeah, but where is he today? I think it's some sort of health. He could say it was a spa, something like that, where I feel like he feels like he's getting washed through and cleaned out. That was the image he gave me. I don't know, guys. That'd be very interesting. Let me look at this 34 Oracle of Wands, which I think is the Queen of Wands in this deck, but they call it the Oracle of Wands. Yeah. Jet, empathy, forcefulness, dominance, the mother, Brandy Carlisle. That's the song. Makes sense, vetiver in an old patchwork quilt. Making kind of putting yourself out there. You've taken the heart, use them, become one powerful. So he's really wanting to be powerful and transform himself into that king. 5 of Wands. There's a fight, there's challenges, and this is challenging him. You know what? It's funny because I feel like he's so confident that he's going to get through this, but then he vacillates between that and, oh my God, this is real. I don't know. Maybe I won't live through this. Because his brain can't wrap his head around it a little bit. Some of it's dementia, some of it's not good. I don't feel good about this at all, guys. I feel like I mean, for him, there's some concern. And it's a process and it's happening. Anyway, all right. Well, I hope you guys found some value in that. If you did, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up, share, like, all those things. That helps with my algorithm. And just past 8,000 subscribers, so yay. And I'm really grateful for you guys. And I love you. Take care. Stay sane. Get out there and deep rest in nature. All is well.